Hi, I'm Lanesia, and I'm back with a ramble. Um, so I had awoken from a nap, and in like that brief wake up, it was like a sadness, right? And I guess it was just like a sudden realization that, dude, you're starting over, and it was me grieving what could have been by now, right? Yeah, and just I don't want to necessarily say like time was wasted, but in essence it was because my whole trajectory is changing. But then it's like, well, if we never went down that road, then what would have been by now, right? So yeah, I had to sit with it for a minute, and of course, then you compare yourself to others, and I don't even want to hear like, oh, don't do that, because it's natural. We all compare ourselves to others, and especially like to my siblings, where I am the oldest, although we share different fathers. Like, I am the oldest, and where their trajectory has changed or is completely different from mine. I'm like, but you have to consider your circumstance and how the cards were dealt for you, right? You didn't have the assistance that they had, right? You're totally removed from what they had and how it played out for them. So you can't even compare yourself there, right? And then, although you don't have the material, right, that you want, which is, the house and all of that, you are working on your purpose, right? You know who you are essentially, and you're building off of that, who you are at your core, right? You're not dealing with an identity shift. It's establishing where you are in life with who you are, right? So it's not really an identity, it's just starting over career wise, right? Because you realize, hey, it's not working out here. But it's not like at your core, you're lost. You know who you are, right? And then also, like, it's okay to pivot. Like, so where's the shame coming from? What is being projected at you to where you feeling sorry for yourself all of a sudden? You wake up feeling, like, so it's a conversation I'm having with myself, and really just to reject those thoughts, because I'm not going to be bound by decisions that were already made. No. So yeah, that happened. And I also see like there's a community of women from like early 30s to like late 40s and even older, where they're picking up and just starting over, and there's nothing wrong with that. Like, I don't know why society has it so where if you don't have things done at a certain time span in your life, you're just a failure. Forget that, because what you won't catch me doing is being in a road that just doesn't suit me, and I'm miserable, and I'm just paying bills and even struggling to pay bills because I'm not making enough, and then I gotta kill myself for overtime to pay the bills, and then maybe I can fit in fun somewhere along the, and then it's like even fitting in the fun, if I'm looking at the kind of fun that I was doing before, which was traveling essentially, at some point it's just like, okay, like, I would actually want a partner to do this with. I don't want to solo travel. I don't want to travel with a friend, and like, I don't want that. I at this stage, actually, I don't want it. Like, I can solo travel, but I don't want to do that. So I mean, I've been there, done that. So it's just like I've hit another phase in my life, and I think the point of this is just, it's okay. It's okay. And then also, as you get older, you evolve, and I've hit a place in my life where a lot of creative endeavors are being birthed out of me, and it's new. Like, this is a side of me that I really never tapped into. So it's just like, no, you are giving birth to something new. You are transforming. You are on the right path. You're looking at it in a way that doesn't line up. You're comparing yourself to people and things that don't line up. There's two different trajectories. Like, so don't feel guilt. Don't feel shame. Live out loud. Live out loud. And like, don't have nobody try to corner you in or make you feel bad for however you're choosing to live your life. You know, which is if you are pivoting, right? Like, don't have nobody make you feel bad, like, oh, you know, you're too old. Because I don't know, I don't know where that came from. Nobody has ever said that to me, anyways. And you're never too old. As long as you're breathing, you can pivot and do whatever you desire to do with your life. Whatever creative endeavors that you choose to do or fall into, you can do that. Like, nothing is keeping you boxed in to where you can't live the life that you desire. Even myself, I'm finding myself where I'm stripped from everything. That's the most beautiful place to be. Because God can do what he needs to do with me, right? But also, it's like, I'm a freaking butterfly and I can move and maneuver and just be creative. Like, I'm not stuck to anything. I'm not bound to anything. So, I'm gonna look at all of this. I'm gonna look at all these videos one day when I'm there, right, in the next phase of my life. Because who knows, right? I may pivot again. But when I'm essentially where I desire to be, and I'm gonna be like, girl, and you were crying about what? Like, look at you. You're grand. You've made it. Like, what are you crying about? What were you crying about? You know, it's all a part of the journey. And you have to embrace the journey. Love the journey. And I can say that everything that I left behind, you can't be like, oh, hey, do you want to come? No. I have no interest, no desire. All of that from the past just doesn't align with who I am today. So I know that I made the right decision, actually. Yeah, just, gotta keep moving forward. So it may not make sense to the people around me, but God and I know why I maneuvered, how I maneuvered. So, yeah, that's that. Bye.